gentlemen, let's hear it for our beautiful flag bearers.
I want them to be cheering along with the television set. I want them to feel the ups and the downs. I want their hearts just to go crazy when they see that helicopter take off.
Barrel number 1 is in, barrel number 2 is.
And at the break of day you sank into your dream, your dreamer.
This has been a really dynamic year for Amy, and I feel like there were some challenges presented that she has never faced in her life, and for me, portraying Amy, it was the best challenge that could have ever been thrown at me.
I'll be right back. I love you.
Amy, hey. Hey.
Ty?
Hey.
Ty? Ty?
I'm right here, Amy. I'm right here. What's going on? Nurse? Nurse!
When Amy starts doing really well in her life, he feels like, hey, I'm not pulling my weight. I need to step up. So he links a bit of these past fears from his childhood to his present, and he gets too caught up in it, and he loses sight of what it's really about, the relationship. It's kind of his last chance to actually get some money and really come through on what he wants to provide for Amy.
Let's have a toast.
What's the occasion?
I'm in. Let's buy Charger.
Look, you won't regret this.
You better not.
This is just crazy. Can't believe I'm gonna own a futurity contender. Here's to a big payday.
The last few episodes leading up to this finale were putting them through a couple of rough spots, to say the least. I mean, Amy's wondering if she can ever trust Ty in the way she always has, and anything like this puts a strain on any relationship. So it's going to be interesting to see how they deal with that.
I've been thinking a lot about Charger, and I'd like to take a look at him, see if there's anything that I can do to help. I can come by the arena tomorrow morning.
I don't understand, Amy. What about your job with Ahmed?
You let me worry about him.
Okay, well, what about us?
One thing at a time.
When we're just so far from home, all we know is the unknown. Where do we go from here?
My favorite horse to work with, you're gonna see him today. I love Stormy, who plays Spartan. He's probably my favorite horse, but I've got a new favorite that I just fell in love with a couple days ago. His name's Hi-Fi, and we've never used him on the show before, but he plays the role of Charger, who you're gonna see as a barrel horse, and he's my ultimate favorite. So when I'm riding him, I'll come by and say, "This is Charger, this is my new favorite horse."
We knew we had to have a crowd, and we know we have some pretty loyal fans, and it was fantastic, the response. Within minutes, we had our crowd, and we had the people that were the biggest fans. So I think we discovered at our charity event this summer how many people were willing to travel to be here and to see our stars and to see our crew at work. And I think it's fabulous for them to see behind the scenes. And I think that for us, it's just so great to hear the cheering, because I kind of feel it's real.
It was great. they were some of the best fans we've ever had on the show. Really enthusiastic and really excited, and got to meet a bunch of them after they were done and take pictures and stuff. So that was really cool that we sort of had a win-win with that, where they were really great and helped us out, and then they also got to see a part of the show and how we make it, and we sort of got to bring them into our world and show them a piece of that. So it was cool.
It was so exciting having 300 fans fill the stadium, because it's one of those things that typically we do our job and there's the crew around, but we don't see a reaction to the episodes until they air. Well, having people here in the audience was like doing a live performance, and it was really cool to be able to go over things with them and say, okay, this is why we do it this way, this is the process, and now we're going to move on and we're going to do this, but that's only because we've accomplished these steps. And so kind of talking it through with them, and I loved having them there just to say, okay, this is what we do every day, and this is why we have so much fun, but it's also a lot of work.
We shot in this arena for 2 days before, and we shot it as is, sort of like in its natural state, and we wanted to transform it into an event. So it feels like, you know, Hudson's putting on a big show for the $100,000 futurity. So we wanted to transform it into kind of a sort of rock show kind of feel, like they made it a real event. So we sat down with plans of the arena and talked to Rick Roberts about what he had in mind for the backdrops and all that sort of thing, and then planned the lighting out. The guys came in and took 2 days and set it all up, and here we are.
It's just working along with the horse wranglers, back and forth, making sure we get the right horses selected for the riders and for the actors and stuff. It's an important thing because you need to have the real barrel racers that do this for a living on their horses matched up with our actress that is playing the star there, that has her horse, and make it so all the shots tie in properly for the director, and it keeps it exciting and real.
So for me as an actor, preparing lines and things like that really wasn't relevant for today, because there's not a whole lot of dialogue. It's all action-based. So when I go through my scripts and I think about how Amy's feeling in each scene, because there's about 24 scenes in a very short period of time, then I want to make sure I can track that, because we're not shooting in order. We're filming, you know, maybe the scene that comes last, we're filming that first, and so on. So I want to just make sure when I'm doing my homework that I know where Amy's feeling and where her emotions are at each one of those points.
Just reviewing the script, reviewing the arc of the character, making sure that I'm hitting the beats that I want to hit with the certain storylines that we're going through. A lot of the work is done, for me at least. I do a lot of the work when we do the read-throughs in the scripts, and just sort of arcing out where I'm going to go and what's going to happen and what's happening in each scene. So the day before, I just kind of review that and then just sort of tweak anything or think about anything.
So what happened last night?
Well, Charlene called me up out of the blue, asked me out. Turns out she just wanted to tell me that she'd be riding another guy's horse to the bell race on Saturday. Tried talking her into switching.
Did it work?
No, we sure had a good time.
Basically, what we just shot was a half hour before this. Now 30 horses are running, and you're in the last pack.
Okay.
And Charlene is second last, you're last. And this is just a draw.
Our director, Dean Bennett, is incredible, and he's been here since the pilot, so he's been here from the very beginning, and he knows the heart of Heartland. He knows how to capture those emotions, and he's so great at working with us to accomplish that.
Dean is a painter. He is a visual painter, and he also is a real painter in real life, but in terms of cinema and TV, he's so good at painting, and he approaches everything like that, as like he has broad strokes, and then he does little, you know, designs, and then he'll see, oh, well, just try this, you know, see how this feels. And he's a joy to work with because he kind of gives you a framework to play with it, and he says, now play.
He really is a bit of an artist. We work really well together. I'm usually the writer of those scripts, and so we have a kind of a connection, I guess, so that he really knows what I'm looking for, and when I see what he's done, it's always so much better than I expected.
Sometimes we lose things, and no matter how hard we try to hold on, without even knowing it, we lost it.
Just let it go.
Season premiere, Heartland, Wednesday, April 8th at 9, only on UP.